the most dangerous time in cryptocurrency markets, they could be coming soon. And the final rally before a descent into darkness may soon be upon us. It'll be the last chance to make big money before we enter some kind of disgusting, horrific bear market. But first, we hope for a Bitcoin blow off top cycle peak in either late 2024 or what I'm feeling increasingly Q1 of next year, maybe like March or something. Look, we have some different indicators that could help us break down why this could be the case, some different things that are coming together to say, well, maybe that's actually an interesting area to be watching out for. So let's share those. And then, of course, we're going to talk about some things that could derail that process and make the markets go for longer, or as well, what the plan is going to be if that does play out. What are you going to do in that situation? First, let's start off talking about frickin' interest rates. I know, interest rates lame, but the Fed's going to start cutting soon. Yay. And as long as there's no recession, then probably going to be bullish for the markets, at least in the short term. Here's an interesting thing too. Interest rates were last hiked in July of 2023. Usually we see a recession come 18 months after the last hike. That puts us late Q4 or sometime again in Q1 for the market top coming in, recession coming in after that, potentially. Then we have the freaking yield curve, man. The inverted yield curve. It's been inverted for a long time, 2 years now. And this has been a highly accurate indicator when it uninverts that a recession is near. Usually around a maximum of 6 months post-inversion, we can expect total chaos in markets. And currently, at the time of recording the video, it's trying to uninvert. We had a little uninversion, then it came back down to normalization levels, could invert again soon, so we shall see. But it's definitely moving in the direction that we're going to have an uninversion with some kind of confidence in the not so distant future. So 6 months from the time that happens approximately for a market cycle peak. Again, potentially sometime in Q1 next year. Then we have the Elliott waivers and the fifth wave theory. So the wave 5, it's the last wave, and it's the big like wave, right? The exciting part about that is that could be what sends us up to 100 or even 150K. However, if that plays out, and that is the fifth wave of the 5-wave cycle for the Elliott waves, then when that happens, you need to get the heck out of markets, man, because it'll collapse real fast after that. The good news is that wave 5 has not yet played out. We are still consolidating down here. Once we break beyond 72K, that's when the real fireworks start. That's when the fifth wave starts playing out. When the fifth wave starts playing out, you want to watch for 2 key levels, 100K and 150K. Now, maybe we push as high as 215K for an absolute cycle peak top. And that could be something that happens in like 2 or 3 days of trading. You go from 150K to 215K off of massive mania and very low supply float, followed by a big retracement. So market tops tend to happen very quickly, and retracements from the top tend to happen even quicker. So you have to keep that in mind. Anyway, wave 5, something to watch out for. Has not played out yet. If we see that break beyond 72K, know that that's probably the fifth wave playing out, and that we could see that being the final leg of this bull market cycle. Next, we have the dollar index. Currently, it is trading under the 200-week exponential moving average. Now, markets, if you look back for the past few cycles, tend to top within about 6 months or so of the first loss of the DXY on the weekly chart of the 200-week EMA. So that happened a week or two ago. If that has some kind of rhyming with the future, then again, we're looking at like Q1 2025 for the cycle peak. So we'll see, of course, if that happens. Weaker dollar means, of course, higher prices for risk assets in the short term. Then we have the pi cycle top indicator. Now in the 2020-2021 cycle, the pi cycle topped 11 months post Bitcoin halving. Not to say that's going to repeat this cycle, but it's very interesting because if it does top 11 months post Bitcoin halving, March. It's March again. It's March 2025. A lot of things converging there. And again, all this could mean nothing. We could see the recession come in October, markets absolutely tank, and pulling of hair, gnashing of teeth. It's all over, right? Worth keeping in mind that nobody has a crystal ball. We're just talking about indicators, patterns, way things may or may not play out. By the way, before we get into price predictions, diminishing returns, what to do, all that kind of stuff. Well, I'll do a real quick shout out to the Wealth Mastery newsletter. That's my newsletter. It's freaking awesome. I bet you'll love it because our 140,000 plus weekly readers love it. And here's why. Every single week, we're covering the latest in DeFi, altcoins, meme coins, airdrops. Airdrops alone, man, we've made crazy money on airdrops in the last 12 months in the newsletter. It's been absolutely wild. Some really big ones too, some 5-figure airdrops, 4-figure airdrops. It's been nuts. Plus, we do weekly DeFi tutorials, weekly altcoin deep dives. We just did Aave like last week, which is, of course, a very popular coin right now. So if you want to know the down and dirty on Aave, go check out that report. Link in the description on YouTube, pinned comment on X. Check it out. It's free. You'll love it. Thanks. Okay, so back to the price of Bitcoin. So if we see Bitcoin going up, again, 3 key levels, 100,000, 150,000, and $215,000. The 1.618, 2.618, 3.618 Fibonacci lines. 150K becomes, I think, very real scenario. And if you account for the idea of diminishing returns between cycles, right? That 150K is just a little over about 120% return or something like that. Even 215K is a slightly diminished return compared to the 250% returns we had in the 2021 cycle. But 150K, that'd be very interesting because everyone's going to expect it's going to go 200K or, people, as soon as it goes to 150K, you'll see people say, go to 500K, don't sell. Yeah, okay. But maybe diminished returns are going to be the thing here. And we get 100% return from the previous all-time high to the new all-time high is pretty damn insane. And again, that all lines up with key Fibonacci levels as well. So those become 3 price points that are very important to watch, especially as you see context around broader markets and greed and fear and all that stuff starting to play out. Some people are going to say 100K will be the peak of this cycle. Feels a bit premature to me, but depends on broader macro things. 150K, I could buy that. 215K, fingers crossed. And of course, once we get a Bitcoin peak coming in, all the altcoins will peak within 2 weeks of that happening. Basically a rerun of the 2021 cycle idea, but potentially with no second peak as the recession finally kicks off. And assuming the US elects Trump, then it will usher in a pro-Bitcoin, pro-crypto policies that will absolutely shake the industry to its core and set us up massively for the next cycle. But Trump's also going to probably inherit a recession. He likely won't be able to do anything to stop it at that point. He'll be able to lift the economy and the markets out of that recession with massive money printing and all that stuff, which long-term benefits all of our risk assets, but short-term can still be a lot of pain. So everyone, if we see the price go to 100 or 150K or even 215K, right? Everyone is going to be max bullish. Everyone's going to be saying, bet more. Go remortgage your fucking house and buy some Bitcoin at $215,000. That's the kind of stupidity you will see your timeline filled up with. Okay. And that max bullish, max greed is going to hit right before the big collapse. It always does. It always does. Okay. And you might be thinking, well, there's so much fear and stuff in the market right now. What's actually going to get us there? What's the narrative that's going to lead us there? Soft landing, baby. That's what. Soft landing narrative. Look at the stocks right now. Soft landing narrative could lead to the euphoria phase of the market. Maybe unemployment looks a bit softer than everyone's expecting. Maybe it doesn't rise as fast, or even it cools off a little bit. Oh, it cools off a little bit. Baby, talk to me. I want to hear about cooling unemployment rates. I know. Ooh, hot. Inflation, it's cooled off already. We did it, guys. Soft landing, nailed. Okay, perfect. Good times are here. Up only season is here. Until it's not and everything collapses. So watch for euphoria on the timeline, okay? Silly shit will start happening. Pay attention when it does and look at it as a warning signal, a terrifying warning signal that, holy crap, I need to get out of the market soon. Because when the markets turn over, Bitcoin's going to go down 60, 80% from whatever peak price it gets to. Your altcoins are going to go down 90, 99%, 90 to 99%. If you get a really, really good altcoin, it might only go down 80%. Yeah, that's what happens in bear markets. Now, what would invalidate all this happening that actually they do pull off the soft landing? The yield curve uninverting for the first time ever will not lead to a recession. There's some massive stimulus coming in, massive money printing. The unemployment drops hard. The U.S. economy does booms like crazy. U.S. consumers do super good. Everybody starts buying dog coins, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, regardless of whenever it all plays out, there will be another bear market. And you need to be ready to sell when you see these price cut points hitting. Be ready to challenge your assumptions of the cycle. Be flexible in your mental model, okay? You may not see a perfect 4-year cycle where just sell in November 18th, 2025 and walk away. A price pump beyond 72K in a weird way should terrify you. It should make you paranoid and scared because we're getting to the end. And now is your chance to not fuck it up. Now's your chance to take money out of the market. Now's your chance to sell. Now's your chance to secure generational wealth. Don't get too greedy. Okay? A lot of people will just round trip everything. Personally, if we get our final leg in the market, as I'm hoping and planning for, I'm going to be selling literally everything except Bitcoin. Put it all in cash. Why am I going to be doing that? Because here's the deal. When the next bear market comes, it becomes another generational buying opportunity, okay? But the only way you can have a generational buying opportunity and compound your wealth massively between cycles is if you sell your damn altcoins, man. Otherwise, you will suffer the dark fate that awaits you by being a bag holder of a coin that's down 99%, sitting in a Discord with 3 other dudes being sad. Well, the guy who sold the top, he's out on the yacht with his wife and his kids living his best fucking life. It becomes imperative. You should be terrified of that reality to come your way, okay? This is a dangerous period in the market because most people will let the greed overtake them. You could even think of it in a simple way, okay? If you really see, okay, 100K, key price area, take a third off the table. 150K, take a third off the table. If we get to 215K, great. Sell all the rest. If we don't, take the other third off the table at 100K again. That's it. Using Bitcoin, of course, as our guiding star for the market. I'm when the heck to get out of your damn altcoin bags, right? So that's my plan. Of course, watching for all those top signs. I've made multiple top sign videos. I'll make a new one. I've added a few different signs to that. A lot of stuff there. But anyway, you got to be ready to move from your crypto coins into cash. I'll also, by the way, sell a couple of my stocks. Most of my stocks are just like boring dividend stocks and stuff, so I'll keep those. But Coinbase, whenever I sell my altcoins, I'll be selling my Coinbase stock at the same time, regardless of the price of the time. I'm hoping it gets up to $1,000. I'm bullish on Coinbase. I think it's a great company, but I'm ready to cut it sooner, right? I'm not going to get stuck. It's got to go to $1,000 or I'm not going to sell a penny of it. No, screw that, man. If Coinbase goes up to $500 or $600 and Ethereum's at 10K and yada, 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 selling it all. See you later. So when the bear market comes, I'll have a much lighter portfolio than I currently do. Obviously, I'm hoping the bear market's not here currently. We're not all going to go down to zero in the next few days or weeks. It'll suck. I think we have one great rally. And when that happens, I'll be holding cash, Bitcoin, gold, and like boring dividend stocks into the bear market. If it doesn't happen, if we don't get the final leg in the market, well, you win some, you lose some, man, because I got to be honest, I'm not super well prepared in terms of that, in terms of my cash position, particularly my crypto portfolio. I'm like, I'm doing fine, guys, don't worry. But I would not be able to take big advantage of massive fire sales in the market in the way that I'll be able to, of course, if we get our final leg. And remember, the conversation we're having right now, you're thinking, well, okay, everyone's going to sell the top, Lark. It'll be easy. No, the vast majority of people will not sell the top. They won't. They simply won't, because the greed's going to get the best of them. And that's when the majority of buyers actually come in as well. Most people will come in and buy the top, and the people who've been holding will not sell the top because they're too greedy. And so the amount of you who are actually going to sell when the time comes is probably going to be relatively small. But you have to do it. If you want to secure your generational wealth, if you want to secure your family's financial freedom, it becomes imperative. You need to be terrified that you're going to fuck it up and that you're not going to sell on time and get as much money as you can out of this market. Okay. Don't get overly greedy. Get enough out. Okay. You can keep moonbags and all that stuff, but make sure you get money out of the market. Okay. Anyway, once I sell, assuming that it's not all over already and we're going to zero, once I sell on the next leg of the market, the plan, do absolutely nothing for a little while. Just be in gold, cash, Bitcoin, and dividend stocks and wait. Just wait. Literally do nothing. I don't know. I might do a few trades or something like that, whatever. Put 100K in a trading account, just short or something occasionally if I'm feeling bored and like I need to do something. But generally, I'm probably going to want to dial down the risk and just not really do all that much because I don't need to. Because if it plays out, if I can get enough out high enough, then I just need to wait for the dysfunction in the markets to come. be in cash for a while, which is fine. And when that happens, get my shopping list out. I want more gold. I like gold. I want more gold. I want to buy some of my favorite stocks, Tesla, Coinbase. I want to get a position in Nvidia, which could see a 75% retracement in the next bear market, whenever that comes, right? Maybe a couple others. Buy a lot more dividend stocks of all this boring stuff that I love. Infrastructure, railroads, all that crap, right? And in terms of crypto, watch for complete panic and dysfunction in the markets to rebuy Bitcoin, Ethereum, enter some new positions like Solana, Maker, Aave, etc. Maybe buy 7 or 8 coins, 5% maybe left in cash for taking advantage of new opportunities, new plays, new trades, whatever. Put some money in the bank and just play the next cycle, compound wealth, play the big game. But of course, none of that's possible if we don't get our next leg up. And of course, none of that is possible if we do get our next leg up and you don't sell. Thanks for watching.